Your entertainment just became more affordable at Magic Mountain with our new 2- and 3-hour unlimited passes. With this new unlimited package, along with our other everyday values, free parking, and no admission, Magic Mountain is the place to be.
Ah, yes, the very first place I worked at during high school. A majestical palace of fun and bewilderment, supposedly. Magic Mountain Fun Center. Now, what is a Magic Mountain Fun Center, you ask? Well, they got bunches of fun stuff like bumper boats, go-karts, laser tag, and so many other activities that the whole family will enjoy. Hashtag not sponsored. I was a strapping 16-year-old kid rocking a 2002 Toyota Camry named Pedro, looking to start building my resume early. So is it hippie? I suppose that's adequate. My surname is exorbitantly protracted. Okay, so, why'd you want to work here? Oh, you know, the leadership opportunity, the chance to grow as a person. So money. Yeah, pretty much just money, man. And with this money, I'll construct a battle station like no other! Anyway, they were dumb enough to give me a job, and I was even dumber to accept. Little did I know, I would come to absolutely hate and be terrified of this happy little fun center by the end of the summer. But I didn't know that. I had finally gotten my very first big boy job with my friend Alex. We were gonna have a blast doing, whatever friends do when they're working together, okay? But I wouldn't know that. Would I, Mr. Magic Mountain? That's right, we never had the same shift the entire time we worked there. Alex had the opening shift and I had the closing shift, so every time I'd be walking into work, Alex would be leaving. Which reminds me, how could they even make me work closing in the first place? Okay, so to elaborate, as a 16-year-old driver in the state of Ohio, legally you are not allowed to drive past 12 p.m. And often, I wouldn't get off work until 1 or 2 in the morning. So every time I drove back from work, I was breaking the law! But I was just a 16-year-old child who was too self-conscious of himself to say anything about it. So I just shut my mouth, internalized my feelings, and left work every day terrified that I'd get pulled over and lose my driver's license. Thankfully, there was never anyone else on the road at 1 in the morning, surprisingly enough. Because who would be stupid enough to do that? This guy. I didn't really have a choice. Moving on. On my first day, I walked into work with a smile on my face, ready to seize the day and earn money towards my magnificently massive metal machine. Nothing was going to stand in my way. And then one of my co-workers tells me there was a man recently stabbed on a mini golf course. Awesome. Awesome. That's exactly what a guy needs to hear on his first day of work. Man stabbed on a mini golf course. Cool. Why did he think it was imperative information I needed to know? I don't understand. So now that I have that pretty picture of a man being murdered on a child's mini golf course in my head, time to talk about the prize counter. So that day, I was on prize counter duty. And oh boy, was that a blast. A place where you spend more money on winning tickets than what the prize is actually worth. Magic Mountain gave people physical tickets when they won arcade games, so we put them in a big clear box and weighed them to see how many tickets they had. Then they could select the prizes they wanted. Thing was, the prizes were, how do I say this nicely, they were really bad. They were really bad. We had the inexpensive prizes like candy and plastic army men on the front counter, and then we had the cheap big inflatable stuff on the walls behind us. You could get an inflatable alien, a rock and roll guitar, a cute little plastic bow and arrow. And then we had this giant ass tent just sitting on a shelf above everything else. Yo man, that's a sweet tent you guys have up there. Oh, that thing, yeah, it's pretty cool, yeah. So how many tickets? Oh, we don't actually have that as a prize. You realize that? Then why is it there? I know! This stupid tent just sat on the shelf for no apparent reason at all. And no one could even get it! We'd get questions about that tent at least once a week, and people would be so disappointed that it wasn't a prize. And I don't even blame them. A tent probably would have been the most interesting prize we could have had. God, this stupid job. The way we ran this place was so poorly thought out to me. So, if you had extra tickets, you could always take those tickets with you when you left the fun center. But, if you had an exorbitant amount of tickets, this is what we were told to do. Weigh the tickets, write down that number on a piece of paper, sign our initials, and hand it over to that person. Anyone see a problem with this method? Well, I did. Someone could just come in, write whatever number they wanted on a piece of paper, sign it themselves, and no one would know the wiser. It's not like my coworkers and I knew each other's signatures. So if the number wasn't anything ridiculous, I didn't really care to verify it. Now most people wouldn't do this obviously, because we would at least add some X's to the front and to the end of the number to make sure they couldn't add any extra digits. But sometimes with people I really questioned whether or not they actually had this many tickets. One thing I quickly learned while working here was that there are people who come to Magic Mountain every
single weekend.
There was this really well-known guy who'd been coming in for years and had somehow accumulated over 300,000 tickets. And I even verified it with my boss, because I was thinking there's no way someone has this many tickets. But someone did have this many tickets, and it was this guy. I dreaded every second when this guy came into the prize counter, because not only would he request 30 green inflatable aliens, it would take him 30 minutes to figure out he wanted 30 green inflatable aliens. All in all, the prize counter was pretty easy, but oh my god was it hell. Minutes became hours, hours became decades, and eventually I lost my mind and freaking how to speak. And then I'd leave. Thank you to everyone who made it to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. This video's been in the works for a little while, and I was super excited that I finally got it out to share it with you guys. Big thanks to Hey Come On for doing the audio and the audio design. Big thanks to him. Big shout out to my Patreon supporters, Space Viking. And please consider supporting me on Patreon. And please like and subscribe, you know? I'd be much appreciated. I think it's something crazy, like 90% of you guys aren't subscribed who's watching, so let's get that percentage up a little bit. But for real, guys, thank you so much. I had a blast making this, and I hope that I will be working on a new one here pretty soon, so please stay tuned for that. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.